Good morning, my 4B students who are not able to join my class today. It's okay. So teacher's trying a new thing for you today where I will still record a simple but shorter video of what I taught in class today. So basically we recapped um, reacting the cations with sodium hydroxide. Now you must remember three things. When I add sodium hydroxide, okay, you are going to get three possible ways, okay, and the first way is when I form a precipitate, okay, and only one cation, okay, that will ever give you no precipitate for a sodium hydroxide, which is ammonium ions. Now you must be wondering, teacher, how you know ammonium ions? Teacher, very simple. I heat it up and then I test it with moist, must be moist, red litmus paper. Okay, you will find out that it will turn to blue. Then we will know that it's ammonia gas that is released. So obviously then it's confirmed. Okay, yes, ammonium ion is present. So that is number one. Number two, if you get a colored precipitate, very simple. You got green color, brown color, blue color. Blue color, you look at the sky. Okay, it's copper 2 ions. Brown color, you look at the earth. Okay, it's iron 3 ions. Okay, 3 plus. And then green color, you look at the um, grass. Okay, when you look at the grass, you will notice that it is iron 2 ions. Okay, and then it comes down to the third possibility. My third possibility is, does it form white precipitate? Yes. Okay, what precipitate teacher taught you? Campus. Okay, campus. Now remember campus for sodium hydroxide, teacher divide into two in the middle. Okay, insoluble. Okay, so the one before the breaking is calcium and magnesium. They are insoluble even if I put excess. Soluble will be lead, aluminium, and zinc when I put in excess. Now this is sodium hydroxide. Now how about ammonia? If teacher is doing ammonia solution, there's not a sodium hydroxide. There are two ways to test. One is sodium hydroxide, one is ammonia. When teacher tests with ammonia solution, again three possibilities. Possibility number one, no precipitate. Okay, so if you remember campus again, okay, campus. Okay, when teacher want to break it up for ammonia, ammonia we break differently. We break front, we break back, and then middle. So calcium, no precipitate. That's why you see there's extra calcium here. Okay, no precipitate. Okay, and then we still will have ammonium. Okay, so these are two possibilities if there's no precipitate. Colored, still the same thing. Second way, if I got colored precipitate, iron 2 is green, iron 3 is brown. Copper 2 ions, it is also blue, but this is the only special thing. When I'm putting so much of ammonia solution, it becomes a dark blue solution. This is something special. Okay, you remember copper 2 ions in ammonia is special. And then you look at the campus teacher did for you up here. When I put a little bit, all these are white precipitates. Okay, all these give me white. However, when teacher put in excess, okay, here, which word appears first? Insoluble kan? So the first part here is insoluble and zinc is soluble. So you will get magnesium, lead and aluminium. They are insoluble. However, zinc is soluble. Okay, so this is the thing that teacher wanted to recap. Now, okay, I'm going to go to possible chemistry questions in exam. So they will give you and just simply say, okay, salt X is colorless. Okay, and then they will ask you, okay, put a few drops of sodium hydroxide. And you're going to get campus because obviously only white precipitate will be campus. And then they say add in excess. When you add it in excess, the white precipitate cannot dissolve in excess. So you know for sodium hydroxide, we break down here. So if it doesn't dissolve in excess, insoluble. So calcium and magnesium may be present. Then teacher want to narrow it down some more, make it even lesser. Okay, then teacher will add ammonia, another test. This is test 1, this is test 2. All these testings is to find out what is the main character, what is the last anion there. Okay, what is it exactly the anion? If teacher put a few drops of NH3, I see there is no change. Remember just now, you remember sodium hydroxide, okay, or ammonia, the last slide teacher taught you, okay, only calcium and NH4, it may be present if I'm using ammonia with no change. Now you look at these two examples that teacher's highlighting here. Which is the similarity here? Obviously calcium, right? So this one tells me that the calcium ions are present. Okay, another difficult one here, okay, is I got another colorless solution. When I put with sodium hydroxide, okay, teacher will get campus. I put in excess, I get dissolve. So remember just now was C, calcium and magnesium not dissolve. Now will be pus will dissolve. Okay, so pus will dissolve. This is test number 1. Test number 2, I do with ammonia. Okay, I put a few drops of ammonia, I get the white precipitate. So remember ammonia also we use the same method. Okay, I cut the side and it says a white precipitates from. Okay, and then teacher put in excess. When they said I put in excess, it does not dissolve. That means it can only be magnesium, lead and aluminium. So magnesium, lead and aluminium. Now we compare these two. Which one is similar? We've got aluminium, aluminium, lead and lead. So teacher need to narrow down some more. How can I narrow down to know exactly what is in that solution? So how do I have a special test to separate it? Okay, lead is very, very special. Okay, lead has a special test for it. Okay, very special. Remember, lead special. Okay, lead when I add with potassium iodide, okay, potassium iodide is Ki. When I react with Pb2 plus, I will get PbI2. This PbI2 is a yellow solid. So suddenly you see in your experiment suddenly got yellow solid. So I know, okay, I know that this is lead ion is present. Okay, and then lead ion when I heat up it becomes colorless. When I cool again it becomes yellow. Okay, and then aluminium and lead, they will form white precipitate. Okay, but then I only can use potassium iodide to differentiate these two ions. Okay, so teacher I showed you today how they can ask you exam in questions. I show you today how lead is very special. Okay, now teacher want to now go ahead to teach you something about your anion test. Okay, I want to teach you about your anion test. Just a simple method to make sure that you understand how to do it. So I'm trying to go to my whiteboard. Okay, and it's connecting. Come on, hurry up. Okay, all right. I want to share screen here. I'm going to use my whiteboard. Okay, I hope all of you are getting this. Okay, so teacher is going to do my whiteboard here. Okay, I'm going to draw a huge diagram here. Okay, and I'm dividing it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the anion test. I hope you all remember. Saya nak chocolate cake. Sulfate. Okay, nitrate. Carbonate. Chloride. Okay, so what is happening here is teacher is going to test. Okay, so how to memorize going up? Saya nak kahwin, CL, suami comel. Siapa kan tak nak kahwin suami comel? All also want to kahwin suami comel. Okay, and then here I put fab. The suami not only must be comel, must be fabulous. Okay, must be very fabulous. Okay, now sometimes students will say, teacher, I'm confused lah, teacher. Who is F? What is F? What is A? What is B? So teacher is going to give you a way to memorize. Okay, so if you look at nitrate, let's say teacher want to test for nitrate. Okay, what did I teach you? To test for nitrate, I close nitrate and I look at sulfate. So for a nitrate test, okay, I must close nitrate. I look down. Okay, remember all here teacher must add hydrogen, kan? Okay. Now, when I want to use nitrate test, I close the nitrate, I look down. I want you to memorize He. H-I-H, He. The first H is H2SO4. Okay, the next one is F here is what? Iron. So, iron is this one, I, but it's FeSO4. Okay, and then the next one will be concentrated H2SO4. So remember, for a nitrate, you must remember He. Okay, so I am going to put down an extra one here. Here you need a concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, next I am going to do for you chloride. I want to test chloride. If I want to test for chloride, I must close chloride and I must look at the bottom. Okay, now for chloride, teacher wants you to remember HAG. We go and hug our chloride. What is H? Again, we are going to start with HNO3. Okay, and then what is this here? AG. Okay, so actually this one, I'm teacher going to erase it. I am going to put down here AG. Hug. AgNO3. Okay, it's because why AgNO3? AgNO3. So FeSO4. So HNO3, AgNO3. How do you remember? For chloride is Hug. Just now for nitrate is He. For chloride is Hug. Okay, what am I going to get here? A white precipitate. Here I'm going to get a brown ring. Okay, now I've done for you nitrate, I've done for you chloride. Now I want to do for you sulfate. If I want to do sulfate, okay, I must close sulfate and I must look down. Okay, so I'm going to do sulfate up here. Okay, for sulfate, teacher found it a bit difficult lah to do a nice way for you to memorize. So we remember basuh. Okay, what is basuh, Puan Gina? Very simple. If teacher want to test sulfate, I close sulfate and I look at the bottom. Okay, number one, I'm using the H from at the back. So number one, I'm using H Cl. That is your H coming from here. And then the other one, teacher is going to use your Ba here. Okay, BaCl. Remember, the Cl and Cl is the same. The nitrate and nitrate is the same. The sulfate is all the same. So in order for teacher to test sulfate, I'm using basuh. Okay, the SO here means SO4 lah. So HCl plus BaCl. Okay, and lastly, what am I going to get here? Okay, so this is a Ba. So this is also a white precipitate. I think when we test for carbonate, you look down, it's very simple. We are going to get P plus acid, you are going to get lime, water turns chalky. So what is teacher's point here today? It's very simple. Number one, to remember nitrate, we remember He. To remember chloride, you remember Hug. Okay, hug with nitrate. So you are hugging nitrate. And then when you are doing sulfate, you are doing basuh chloride. Okay, so I hope that with this you can understand better for those of you who didn't come. And then after this, teacher is going to give you the Kahoot game that I played with your class, and I pray that it helps you. Okay, so thank you very much, class, for paying attention. I think all of you did well, and if you have any questions, I think you can PM teacher. Okay, thank you. Bye.